Hey guys, Frank Flegg here from Ethical Property Partners, the place where we help you to make annual returns on your property on a monthly basis. So, rather unusually, I am actually going out and doing a conventional, sophisticated, one property help visit today. I haven't done one of these in years. I was trying to remember how recently it was. It's got to be at least 2 years, probably more like 3 or 4 years. I need to look back in my diary. But what it dawned on me is this is what I used to do. I used to do 2, 3, 4 of these a week sometimes when I was buying actively from individual vendors. These days I generally buy more often from landlords and multiple properties. So I'm going to do a short bit of this video beforehand. Excuse the background noise as I'm walking down the street to this help visit. I'm going to do a short bit beforehand on how to prep for a help visit, a sophisticated help visit, and then I'll do a session afterwards showing you how it went and some of the stuff that went well and some of the stuff that didn't go so well. And it doesn't matter if you sign it up or not. It's about helping people at the end of the day. So let's start with how I look. So this is very, very important when you're meeting with a vendor. I always say that you want to look like the son they never had or the grandson they never had. Clean shaven. In fact, I've got this really ugly looking cut on my finger. I'm going to bandage that up in a minute so it looks neat and clean and tidy. You don't want them looking at it going, ooh, that's nasty. I wear a V-neck sweater with a collared shirt. The sweater covers my waist, so it covers my belt, etc. Makes me look a bit tidier. And then, as you can probably see, I've got some shiny shoes there. Smart shoes, but not pointy, nothing that's going to cause offence. That's the key. So you want to be clean shaven, you want to be smart, you don't want to be flashy, definitely not a suit. You want to be quite soft in your approach. And as I'm nearing the property, you want to be getting yourself in the headspace of soft listening. I don't want to look around the property. I just want to get to know them and their problem, and then we can work on a potential solution. The car you drive is important. Not what car you drive, but where you park it. If it's a car that says, I'm flash and very rich and I'm going to take advantage of you, Ferrari, Lamborghini, etc., don't park it anywhere nearby. Park it a long way around the corner and walk. If it's a car that says, I can't afford your house, £1,000, £500 car that's got black smoke coming out the bottom, similar message. If it's a car that's understated, so I drive a Tesla, 100 grand Tesla, I think that's appropriate to park outside the house. So I will have done that, and that will give a bit of a feeling for, you know, I'm able to buy this house. So I'll let you know afterwards how I've got on. I have just finished that help visit. Lovely help visit. I love sitting down with people. I've forgotten how much I enjoy it actually. 1 hour and 28 minutes exactly. And you might think, oh, that's a long time to sit with someone. But it's not if you need to fully understand their situation, if you need to work out a solution to that situation. And if you then need to build enough rapport for the individual to trust you enough to hand over control of their most expensive asset. And so, hour and 28 minutes, lovely chit chat with them. Haven't done the deal. It wasn't a below market value purchase. Ordinarily with a B&V purchase, I'd be looking to sign up there and then buy very quickly. These people have got a very pressing financial cliff in around a year and a half's time, and they are looking for a solution that helps them to avoid that cliff. So there's no urgency. So I haven't injected any urgency from my perspective, and people that have done sales training might say, oh no, Frank, you know, you need to get the close, etc. Not when it's a very expensive house. That's £600,000 property where over time, quite a lot of time actually, I'm expecting to pay be about £320,000 over perhaps 10 to 20 years. And I've left them with the numbers for them to think about. And I've explained to them the next step, if they want to go ahead, is for us to sit down and write heads of terms and instruct lawyers. And so I've made it really clear that I am their only option. There is no one else that can help them, in my opinion. And I'm pretty good at working out solutions for them. They've considered a few options, they've spoken to some experts, etc. But there really is only one solution, and that is for them to sell the property to me. And so I'm more than happy to help them. I think I can definitely tick all their boxes. It will be lucrative for me. It is a good solution for them. It gets them out of their predicament, and we can do the deal. So what else do you need to know about help visits? The first is you don't take anything in with you. Absolutely nothing. I take my mobile phone and my car keys. That's all I need. I don't want to take anything else because anything you take is quite, what's the right word? Intimidating. If you walked in with a briefcase, it's intimidating. If you walk in with a folder, it looks professional. We don't want to be corporate. We want to be professional, but we want to be relaxed. Now, as it happened, the people that I just met were quite relaxed in their attire, and I've already shown you what I'm wearing. I could easily sit wearing this comfortably with someone wearing a suit and someone wearing their pajamas. And so it's important that you recognise that when you're sat with vendors, you are trying really hard to fit in with them. You're trying really hard to be comfortable, make them comfortable with you. And so don't take stuff with you if you don't need to. Now, if you're doing a B&B purchase, you do need to take some valuation paperwork with you. And because that was a control now, pay later deal, and I knew that from my telephone fact find in advance, then I didn't need the valuation paperwork. I'd looked at what properties were worth. They knew what their property was worth. They said probably 575, possibly 600. So I went straight in at 600 because if I'm paying over the next 10, 20 years, care about the extra 25k, I want them to feel like they're getting a good deal, because the deal for me is the fact that I'm controlling now and paying later. Don't wear, you can see it's a really bright sunny day, do not wear sunglasses. It is not about your comfort. You don't want that physical barrier. Don't wear a coat. You need to be clean, you need to be minimal. You don't need to take a pen, you don't need to take paper, because every time you look down to write something, you're breaking that rapport with them. So it's really important that you are as simple as possible when you're with them, and seek to understand first, then seek to come up with a solution that suits their situation, that is financially viable for you. Only then can you start to propose a solution. And actually, if you've built enough rapport, and that's why I was there an hour and a half, I needed that amount of time to build the rapport. And I would say that deal probably got a 80% chance of going ahead. That property over the next 20 years will probably make me, if I'm paying 320 for it now, it's worth 600. So you'd hope it would double in value twice, but let's just say it doesn't do that and it ends up at 1.5 million in 20 years time. So over £1 million just in the capital appreciation over the next 20 years, and then you've got cash flow on top of that. So £1 million deal from investing an hour and a half of my time. It's well worth it.